so I'm sitting here in my 2005 Road King Classic, and I was thinking about some of the motorcycles that you could buy, you know, that kind of looks like a Road King, but maybe you're not a Harley fan. Now, some of those bikes that I'm going to talk about, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not good bike or maybe the cheaper bike or anything like that, because you can find them pretty much about the same kind of money. If you have the money to buy one of those motorcycles, you probably have the money to buy a Road King. You know, you could buy an old Road King, like an 05. Like I got this one for a decent price as well. Although some of these bikes may be a little bit more difficult to find, and some of them may be a little bit cheaper to find. Now, here's the challenge for some of you guys out there. Let me know what you think. Definitely put comments down below. And definitely share some of the motorcycle that I may miss. I think I got a collection of 4. Yeah, 4. And again, it's not the only 4. I'm sure that I'm missing one. Or maybe I got 5. I think I got 5. But anyways, definitely let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Now, obviously, here's my 2005 Road King. And again, I'm going to talk about a couple different bikes. But first, I'm going to give you a look on the bike because, you know, the bike is cool, obviously. So here's my Road King Classic. And again, if you've never seen it before, this is kind of what we're working with. If you've seen it before, like many of you guys, here's my baby. You guys know that. 21-inch in the front, 16-inch apes. And again, working in a bunch of chrome pieces right now. You know, you got your Viking backs back there in leather, which it kind of keeps it like traditional. It kind of keeps it like the classic look. Obviously, this is a Road King Classic. Here's the 21. And again, I just add up a couple, you know, pieces right there. And let me show you the pipes. Here's the pipes right there. I mean, this thing, you know, Saddleman step up. This thing is gorgeous. I love it. I think it looks fantastic. Okay, so let's start with the first bike that I think is a pretty decent bike. It kind of has the same feel as the Road King Classic. If some of you guys have this bikes, definitely put comments down below. It's going to be the Springfield, right? So it's going to be the Indian Springfield. That bike is gorgeous. You could find it at a decent price. You could put really nice aid. I'm going to tell you what, some of the new ones cost a good amount of money. So you're not looking for a penny or anything like that. But typically, these bikes do pretty well in the reused market, right? So again, they may be as expensive as some of this new Harley sometimes, but when it comes down to the used market, you may be able to find them at a cheaper price. And that's kind of why I'm mentioning it, right? At the new price, they're going to be expensive, but usually at the used price, it's going to be a little bit better and a little bit more affordable, right? So again, the Springfield is a gorgeous bike, man. Really, really cool. Okay, so the next bike is going to be a bike that I actually wanted to get and I didn't end up getting, but I think it's a really cool bike. You don't see them as much, but look it up. You may be able to find one at a really decent price, and it's from Victory. Now, you guys know the deal with Victory. They don't make bikes no more. I don't know much about it, but I know the stop. They do have one that is called the Cross Country, and I'm going to tell you, that bike is really, really cool. Kind of goes with the Street Glide, if you want to put it that way. It does have bags and obviously a trunk. That will be more like an Ultra kind of setup as well. But again, Cross Country is a beautiful bike, but nevertheless, when it comes down to the Road King, they have one called Crossroads. I believe it's Crossroad, and I'm going to tell you, that bike is really, really pretty. Again, they do have one that comes with hard bags and actually has bars, but they have another one that comes with leather bags as well. It kind of match the Road King Classic. So again, the Crossroad has one with hard bags, has another model with, you know, leather bags as far as I know. And again, really, really cool bike. So if you don't dig the Harley, if you don't dig, you know, a Road King, maybe the Crossroad may be a decent bike for you. All right, let's take a break and let's look at my bike again. Oh, yeah. Okay, the next bike is going to be a bike that you actually can find at a really decent price, and definitely check it out. I'm gonna tell you, I did so much research in this bike. I knew everything about the bike. I almost bought it because you always find it at a really, really good price. And again, it comes with bags and the whole thing. I believe it has a 1900cc engine, and it's kind of interesting because if you go back to 2006, 2007, you see some of this bike from Yamaha with large engines, but now you see Harley with a bigger engine. Now it's kind of like they were holding out a lot. Because again, 2006, you got a Stratoliner Deluxe, or actually, excuse me, Stratoliner, making a bike that is huge with a huge engine. But, you know, here we got an 88 cubic inch, right? So again, it's kind of like, you know, Harley's now trying to keep up with these bikes that were making big engines for a while, right? So again, Stratoliner. Now, this is deluxe. The deluxe is one that comes with a fairing, kind of match more, kind of like a street glide or maybe an electric glide, something like that. It doesn't really have too much electronics or anything like that. But the regular Stratoliner is an awesome bike. People love them. I met a guy that had one, went cross country with it, and just love it. Again, huge bike, 1900cc, I believe. So a huge engine. You could put some bars, you could put all that stuff. And typically you could find them like a $6,000, even less than that. And I'm gonna tell you, they're really cool bikes. Definitely check it out, Yamaha Stratoliner. Now, the next bike is a bike that I actually don't like as much, but I know it's out there, so I kind of want to mention it. And the reason why I never liked this bike is a Kawasaki, but the reason why I didn't like it was because of the bags. So this bike right here, as you can see, had like a weird gap, and I just, you know, I actually went to see one time. I almost bought it, but the gap was like kind of weird, and I didn't like that. No, because of the bike, just because of the gap between the bag and the motorcycle. But it's gonna be the Kawasaki Nomad, and I'm gonna tell you, big bike, really cool bike. I have met people that had them and liked them. A lot of people liked them, and again, you know, you can find it at a really good price. Really, the Stratoliner from Yamaha and the Kawasaki Nomad, those bikes, you can find them at a really good price. The Springfield, not so much. It's a little bit more money, but it's a really awesome bike. And the Crossroad, you can find them at a really good price, but then again, it's kind of hard to find them because there's not that many of them. Okay, and the last bike I'm gonna put, that if you don't want a Harley, and again, it may be a good idea for you, I think it's the Indian Chief, and again, it's a pretty decent bike. I think it has leather bags, and it kind of match more like the, you know, the Road King Classic kind of style that has leather bags. But again, many people like them, and it's an awesome cruiser as well. So if you don't like Harley Davidsons, or you don't think Harleys are cool, whatever, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be frankly honest with you guys. None of those bikes are as cool as my Road King or Road King. I think the Road King is like the coolest bike. But nevertheless, I'm kind of like a Harley guys. I do enjoy Harley Davidsons. I think they're cool bikes. But at one point, I thought that could have been bikes that I would own. Except the Indian Chief, the other four, I have considered those bikes. But again, if you don't like Harley and you're looking for a bagger that has bags that you could carry, you know, your lunch, or you could commute with it, and you could do a bunch of, you know, touring, because some of those bikes, obviously you could put a windshield, you have the bags, and you could put a trunk and all that stuff, and you don't like Harley, this may be good choices for you guys. All right, my friends, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Definitely subscribe, let me know what you think, and as always, God is in control.